Hello, everybody. I'm so excited to bring to you the next video in my Be Good to You video series with my beautiful and amazing friend, Debbie Sizemore. She has been such a blessing with this whole thing. I don't know what my life was like before I met Debbie, but man, I'm so glad and excited to see what my life is going to be like now that I know Debbie. So, good morning, Debbie. Thank you so much for joining me.
Good morning, Kristen. Right back at you, girlfriend.
All right. Okay, let's do this, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just ask you a couple of questions and we'll go from there. So share with me your health story and really how you weren't being good to yourself.
Well, I started thinking about that. Such a big question. And like I said, when I was in the shower this morning, I was thinking like, wow, I really thought for the longest time I was being good to myself. And I can remember the point at where it started to not be good. And that was early on in my marriage. After my oldest was born, he had a hearing loss, and they had said that he would be deaf. And so kind of life took the major turn after that. And I figured the more I poured into my family, the better I was supposed to be. And that's what I did for years after that. Just it was all about family as moms. That's what we do. And being the mom of three very active boys, it kept me moving. And I thought life was good. I thought what I was doing was good. But it came to a halt when I started to just slow down. I'm a very competitive person, and I was doing a lot of running. And I started to, sorry, this is life. And I started to slow down. And that kind of got to me a little bit, being competitive. But when I started to really begin to experience a lot of pain and not be able to be the mom that I had assumed I was going to be or tried to be at the time, I mentally started taking more of a turn. And so here I sat in this place of pain, which created a very dark place mentally. And I couldn't be that person for everybody. And I realized that I had just gotten to the bottom. I really didn't know what to do. I was laying on the floor a lot of times, just crying. And fortunately, I was able to talk with somebody who brought me back up and explained to me that self-care and self-love was not a bad thing, and that in order to be the best mom for everybody, I needed to be the best for myself. And I hadn't really thought about that. And so turning my life around and realizing that being healthy could create a better life for everybody, mine included, I started to look at that and see what that was. And so realizing that my health should be more important than, where I'm going with my kids and what school they're going to and what PTA meeting I'm at. Like those things just didn't really matter unless I was being the best I could be with them. So really I've come a long way from the floor. Sometimes I look over and see where I was, and I just am like, thank God. I mean, my family's better, my marriage is better. Everything's better when self-care becomes self-love. And that sounds like it's something that you shouldn't have, like it's selfish, but it's really not. Caring for myself is caring for my family. And that took a long time. So, Kristen, if you and I somewhere along the lines can get people to understand that at a lot younger age, your passion here is going to, just go out the window. So.
No, I totally understand. I mean, I felt like, as a mom, as a sister, as a wife, my cup was a colander, and it and
Yeah.
so that cup that I was trying to pour from I was just trying to keep up above the last little circle before it all went out. So I
Yeah.
totally get that. I'm sure I spent many a times laying in bed, not so much on the floor, but laying in bed, just going, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm
Yeah.
sick. What is wrong with me, right? And
Yeah.
it's so debilitating because the one thing you want to do is take care of everybody else.
Yep.
It's just our nature. So
It is.
I totally get that. So what habits and mental well-being practices do you do now to be good to yourself?
Well, now after finding a health coach and helping to organize and structure my life and my health in a positive direction, my time, which it's funny because all moms think that they have their time, right? But their time comes in these little snippets in between doing all this other stuff for everybody else. So every morning I love to get up early and spend time with God and coffee. I love coffee. And just read and just use that time to reflect on what I'm going to do for the day, what I've done in the past, and really just, I know it sounds weird, but to just mentally get myself ready for the day in a positive way. And without that time, my day's always messed up. So, but not only that, but throughout the day, looking at what positive things and being thankful for every little thing. I remember one time somebody even said, when you go to bed at night and you're laying on your pillow, you want to be grateful, start with the pillow. And so I would lay in bed like, I love my pillow. Like, I love my bed. This blanket is awesome. And I'm drifting off into this like grateful night of sleep.
Wow.
And really it starts with, what I'm thankful for my water. Like it just starts off with what's right next to you. And really once a grateful heart can just shine in your face, and people see that and they want that, and you want that for everybody else. So really, I'm just very grateful for where I've come from, thankful for all those lessons. I don't think if I had those, I would be who I am today. So I'm thankful. Wish it didn't have to be so hard, but I'm still thankful for that. But that's really what I do, just a grateful heart.
Yeah, attitude of gratitude is always such a blessing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's work, right? It's work.
Yeah.
It's being present and aware of what's going on. But to your point, I think if everything was easy, we wouldn't learn from it, right?
No.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, well, I've learned that I have to, now when I go through difficult times, I sit through those times and I feel those times and I let those times work through me. And it's only working through them. I used to try to go around them, or pretend I'm not in them. But the more I go through them and feel them and realize why they're there, the lessons learned are
Absolutely.
quicker.
Absolutely. No, I'm all about being with the emotion because I used to just stuff it down with food. So, so now I'm really present to what's going on. So,
So great.
So my final question for you is what advice would you give to others who desperately need that encouragement to be good to themselves?
If I could just talk to my younger self and just say, like, it's okay. Like, you're gonna make it. Just keep moving forward. Just keep pressing on. Just keep being who you are. Like, I mean, we are fearfully and wonderfully made. I mean, by the hands of God. Those things, I think, have made me look at my future self now. So if I could tell anybody, I would say your future self. And when we think of our future self, we think of these amazing people all the time. So if that future self that you think of, what would they say to you today? What's the one thing they would tell you to do to become that future self? And then to really do it, and to know that that future self that we think of, which is the most awesome person, because that's just how our personalities are, but that future self is telling you something. And to believe that you are worthy of that future self, and you were made for that future self. And then to just be that future self today. Just take one moment to be that future self. And then the next day, take another moment to be that future self. And then soon that future self is going to happen. It's going to happen. It just takes one step at a time.
Well, we're going to end on that because that was just perfect. That was awesome, Debbie. Thank you so much.
Oh, I love you.
Doing this today. You are a rock star. I love it.
Right back there, yeah.
Thank you for filling my bucket on a daily basis. And I'm so excited to continue to do live with you. And so I thank you once again for doing this.
Thank you.
All right. Have a beautiful day. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. You as well, Kristen.
Okay. Bye-bye.